Honestly, I'm doing this video to warm up. It's so hard to look at yourself and do a video because you're always going, oh my gosh, what's that dot on my face? Or I should have put earrings on, or I know I look old, or whatever, It's tough. And when you have an audience, it's so much easier. I put a couple of my trophies, I've got lots of them, for speaking in front of thousands of people. I've done it forever. I preached my grandmother's funeral service in 1991. I preached my brother's funeral service in 1973 when I was 20. And I've spoken in front of people all my life and not been afraid, but I get the butterfly stuff. That's part of it. But I'm talking about a deeper nervousness, and I can't quite put my finger on it. I think because of the topic, I like to bring good news and to share happy things. And this is happy in the way that truth sets us free, right? And so that's got to be happy. And at the same time, man, I know in my heart that it caused me a great depression, a great loss. And so I don't want to do that to anyone, but I don't know how to do it any different. The only thing I do know is to provide something rich and wonderful along with the truth that we need for freedom. And so that's what I'll do. I'll just have to, I was thinking about this a little while ago because it's tough for me to get in the right frame of mind. I would rather be learning. Learning is wonderful because it keeps your mind busy. And I've been addicted to so many different things that learning is an addiction. It's just one of the good addictions I have. That's what I've learned anyway, is to create good addictions, not to worry about whether I'm an addict or not, because I think I was born an addict. Addicted to some good things too. And so here's some of my addictions right now. And I thought I'd just break the ice by showing you a little bit about who I am, and you can skip it if you want, I don't care, but it'll help me to be able to benefit you. These are my fruit trees. Now look how good that's doing. Aren't they pretty? See that little bug? And my grapes. I get so excited when the fruit starts coming out. And onions. I've actually got some seed tape there to see if it's going to work, but I don't really like that stuff. That was something I tried new. I haven't found it to work, but we'll see. And then I've got peppers. And isn't that just so pretty? Aren't they beautiful? I get so excited about growing things. And there's a pepper. And this is celery that I grew from the sink. And these, I hope you're seeing okay, are some of my favorites. And do you know what they are? It's a berry. It's a wild raspberry. Hank and I had them when he was a little boy. And I would can and make jelly, and we would make a bonfire outside our back door in Iamsville, Maryland. In the middle of 200 acres, we lived in an old farmhouse that was like almost, it was 150 years old then. So I know, I don't think it's there. I looked for it last time I was there. I couldn't find it. And then I have blackberries. They're yummy. And I think, aren't they pretty wildflowers? And I can grow aloe everywhere. And so I'm trying to put it in containers so I can give it away, put it out on the street or something like that, right? And so I've got plants and seedlings, lettuce, onions. Actually, there's a couple things in there. Herbs. Look at the strawberries. And these are my little plantlings coming up. Looks like they could use a little hit of water. Most of the time I overwater things. And aloe. I just dug all that up, so I've got to get it in pots. Wow, lots of work. And then I created a garden back here because we just redid the fence. And so I'm kind of waiting on this, and it needs some mulch. And I put some azaleas here, which didn't work where they were. And if something doesn't work, I just move it. This is some seedlings that need a little water. And some of my wildflowers. I love that stuff. And then just a place to hang. And literally, that's what I do. On this, I hang. It's my chiropractor. It works perfectly. As a matter of fact, my back was out this morning, and we're trying to see if the canoe floats. It looks like it is. My back was out this morning, and I came and hung on that thing, and I heard it go, and I'm good. There are so many ways if we just use our noggins. And the birds that have been feeding here, incredible. I just can hardly catch them. And this is new stuff I'm planting. And a rain barrel. Old things I found. Plantings, starters. It's so much easier to know something about somebody with a picture, isn't it? Rather than them telling you. And then these are some, isn't that aloe beautiful? And my rose. See how the aloe does so beautifully? This is getting ready to come up. I've got all kinds of flowers in here. Over there, see them coming? And then that we got at, in Texas, David's uncle gave it to us. He's a rancher. And my ficus tree. And these are things I'm getting ready to plant. And then, my collections. I've got shells and bottles and buckets. This is a combo of things that I'm working on. Yeah, looks weird, doesn't it? That's a project. And this, and I've got metal pieces in here that I found mostly on the beach. Some of my rocks, shells. I just saw these little thingies, sea urchins, baby sea urchins, and a couple sand dollars in there. Isn't that a big shell? And David just got me that watering can, which I love. I don't know if you can hear me. And more little seedlings, right? Isn't this interesting? All kinds of stuff. I'm trying to label everything. I love this piece. Obviously, it's a bone of some kind, but I'm not sure what. And this is the lightning rod where the lightning hits the sand and it turns it like this. It basically acts like a kiln. And these are all kinds of pottery shards found from different places. In the creek mostly, and glass. I'm gonna make something out of the glass. I've got way bunches of it. Sea glass, because after the waves bounce and turn, the glass It wears all the rough edges off. And that's what it does to us. Water. Water. It's wonderful, isn't it? Some of my shells, I had $30 in shells just the other day, just in one little sack. These are my bones. You know a bone if you lick it and it sticks to your tongue. Sometimes I lick them, sometimes I don't. This is a cool thing. It's hard. More of that glass, not glass, but lightning rod stuff. More glass. I got to get through some of it. I've got a couple pieces of meteorite that I need to do something with. And then in here, it's a mess. I'm working on stuff. My best friend drew that and painted it. And I won this at a Stephen Covey leadership conference for effectiveness, for being effective. These are some of the things I found on the beach over the years. I got all kinds of goodies. Those I've got to get out. Anyway, look at those. Aren't they beauteous? And that. Treasures. And then, I'm about finished. We'll go 15 minutes, right? Shells, more shells. And then, let's see. These, I got, actually, I have to tell you the truth. I bought that for Randall Carlson, and I never gave it to him. Don't tell him. Yeah. These are my new rocks. There's like $60 in there. No, in there. And that shell I just found on the beach. And look how good this is doing. I just had to move it. You just got to make sure something's happy where it is. I'm still doing rocks. And these are front yard projects. I'm trying to get her to feel good. More rocks, of course. Hello. How are you this morning? And that down there is full of fruit that I have got to take off and de-seed. And I've been working on it, but you might have seen the video the other day where the little squirrel came up, and every single one of these that I had de-seeded, he ate. The little booger. They are so good. And they're so easy, like you can pull that whole thing off right there. And then, we got these seeds. And, isn't that pretty? Ooh. Oh my gosh, that one isn't doing too good. And once you get rid of the seeds, it's yummy. Really yummy. Oh. One last thing. That's forsythia. Have you ever heard of forsythia? Growing in Florida? Okay, I've got a couple more things to show. And here. Well, books. All old books. These are some of my favorites. As you can see, real life arithmetic. I've had to learn a lot of things. The game of numbers, geography, with quizzes. They used to have quizzes in all the books which was great. Engineering problems. So you can see, I think I've gone through every one of these and learned something. And I'm going to end up going back